section.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, we are at the Planes of Fame Air Museum in Chino, California, ready to see this beautiful warbird right here fly. It is called the P-51D Mustang. Now, if you guys want to support this museum, you can follow them on Instagram. They're subscribed to their YouTube channel. Follow them on Facebook and Twitter, or like them on Facebook, whatever you guys want to do. And also, you could support them by becoming a member. Membership starts at $75, and you can also do a lot of that cool stuff like gift discounts in the item shop and access to special event members and many more. So guys, make sure to support the museum, and they're going to pull it out. So right now they're putting fuel inside of the aircraft because that is a pilot's or a plane's need is fuel inside of the aircraft right now is what they're doing. This is a P-51D in code, so things like that. And also, if you want to support the museum, make sure to donate online. You guys can make a donation online at planesoffame.org. So this is the flammable gas truck that they're using right now to fill the plane, which is the fuel vent is up on the wingtip of the aircraft. Sorry folks, speaking slow. Oh, you don't have to do that. Stand back. Somebody call me? Hold on. Now another special thing, this aircraft will be flying along with the B-17G Sentimental Journey. So you'll get to see, this is the escort that can escort bombers back in the war to get them all the way to the target. You will see the B-17 and this aircraft fly over the museum. So it's going to be a pretty special sight. If you're a veteran out there, thank you for your service and things like that.
Can you make the music videos?
Yeah, I am.
Nice, same here.
Yeah, thank you.
No problem.
What's your channel? It's Braden Piscopo.
I see mine's James Chamberlain.
James Chamberlain, gotcha.
Yeah.
So yeah, what most do you like about this museum?
Let's see. I would say I like that the majority of the aircraft are ready for flight, or they are working to restore to a flight-ready condition.
Yeah, that's my favorite too, and I love their T6 Texan over there, the blue one, the Romeo 7. It's one of my favorite aircraft, along with the BT-13.
Nice.
Thank you, sir.
Of course.
I am, yeah. So make sure to subscribe to this guy right here.
Yes, my name's James Chamberlain.
And James Chamberlain, make sure to subscribe.
There you go. You can say it now. I'm recording.
So guys, this is James Chamberlain, and then my YouTube channel, Braden Piscopo. Just hit the subscribe button and ring the bell to turn on noties.
Absolutely. Link in the description.
Yeah, link in the description below. Gotcha.
You have social media already?
I do. I have Instagram, and I guess that's about it.
I see. Hey, that's what everybody has. I don't have it.
You should make one.
What if I show you my channel? I'm pretty bad at finding things.
Yeah. Yeah, you show my channel.
I don't mean to interrupt your video, of course.
No, it's okay. I love when people speak. It's one of my favorites. My palms are like really sweaty when I take a break from hold it with my left hand.
So I do lots of gaming and also lots of vlogging. Those are my two favorite things.
Yeah, me too, yeah. Dude, I'm sweating.
This is my channel.
124K, that's pretty cool.
No, 1.24K, but still nice.
Yeah, it's pretty cool, man. Now, if you type in mine, it is Braden, B-R-A-D-E-N, P-I-S-C-O-P-O. P-I-S-C-O-P-O.
Oh, sorry. I think I got it anyway. I think you came it up anyway.
Wow.
Is that you?
Yeah, that's me.
Awesome. I'll leave a link in the description to your channel.
Yeah, thank you very much.
Sure.
Turn on noties.
Yeah, they are on.
I just gotta like edit this and do all that stuff, so pretty good. Yeah, thank you for subbing.
No problem.
Oh yeah, and also right now they are pulling out the B-17 Sentimental Journey right now. So everybody, it is one of the beautiful aircrafts. You guys want to take a ride? It's I don't know the prices exactly,
I think it
but
was 450 I can't remember. I think it was 550 and a 450.
yeah, 550, 450. It's pretty cool. I have to get YouTube Studio. That's the only thing I don't have. Back there, driving it up. I have to move out of the way. Sorry.
You see the other one? Yeah, the big one.
Yeah, the big one. Oh! So this is the B-17 Sentimental Journey that is going to be coming in. Oh, sorry. That's going to be coming in today and things like that. This is a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful aircraft. I would recommend maybe taking a flight. All the prices are really high. It's very awesome. If you're a veteran, thank you out there, and just it's an awesome place. This is the education director. His name is Bombardier. He's a really awesome. You the pilot? Hello, sir. You the pilot? Yes. How are you?
Good. We're doing a briefing.
Oh, that's cool. That's cool. Briefing, nice.
We're just doing the one, and I'm going to turn and head south.
Oh, they're moving it. All right, everybody, they're moving it right now. So, everybody, we're gonna come on down and watch this aircraft. This is a bomber escort that was used in World War II. Gotcha. To escort, as I was saying, to escort bombers in World War II, because the bombers couldn't get all the way to the target without facing enemy fighters like BF-109s, Zeros, Messerschmitts. You guys all know that. So this helped the bombers to get to the target and face down the enemy, featuring the Japanese and the Germans. So you're about to see this thing fly. I will record the flight as soon as I'm done with the presentation. You guys want to support the music?
Over this way, folks. Over this way, please.
Sorry, doing your job for you.
Over this way, sir. Thank you. Somebody need to move this a little bit more.
Yeah, let's move.
All right, Dad, they're going to pull the P-51 right through here, so.
We should paint a line.
They should paint a line, yeah. Yeah, I gotta call my grandpa down here, because... Where's my grandpa? Where did he go? So right now, I think so the flaps are down because the flaps get down in flight, or not in flight, because that's going to be bad. I'm saying too much. Yeah.
I always say too much.
Yeah, me too.
It's just twice the work when editing.
Yeah. This is a very awesome and beautiful aircraft. Sorry, me to photobomb you. So right here is all the staff members and volunteers that make this.
They're going to fly it.
They will fly the aircraft along with a presentation by Education Director Brian Finnegan. He's a very awesome guy. Alright. That's good. What happened to the road? Oh, sorry about that. Oh, the rope is back here. I didn't even realize that. I thought the rope was along here. That's my bad. Oh my god. I thought the rope was back there. Yeah?
You can take them both off?
Yeah, they could. They will.
Maybe they'll taxi them down there.
They could, yeah. I'm sweating. Hold on.
They're not going to do any flyovers.
Yeah, they'll do a flyover with both. Oh, there's the. Oh. Oh, ropes. Excuse me. Sorry. I don't mean to cut. That's my bad. Smells like oil. It's a cool smell.
I know, doesn't it?
Exactly. At least they want to go to Catalina.
Yeah.
We're going to Catalina.
I know, we are.
2 weeks? That's cool. What are you guys going to do there?
Well, primarily because we sail out there. So we're going to sail our boat out there and just hang out, pick up a mooring. And
Wow, sounds like a good time.
yeah, awesome.
And I want to tour the Catalina Casino and get video footage of that.
Yeah.
We'll have to see
So, I'm going to... How do you zoom back out? Shoot.
we have that. We have. We're going to put links in the description.
Yes, we are. How do you zoom back out with this camera? How do you zoom? Okay, so the presentation is going to start any minute right now. By the education director, if you guys will. Right, how do you zoom out?
Let's try to get in shoulder to shoulder.
I don't even know how to zoom out.
I'm tall enough I can stand up.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Am I loud enough?
Yep, you're on.
Welcome to the October Flying Demo Day here at Planes of Fame Air Museum. Anybody scheduled for a flight later today, the last flight of today? No? Well, they have one more at 1:30, and then after that, we'll bring her back here, and they'll open her up, and you'll be able to walk through and tour the B-17. Want to do a little bit of housekeeping. How many members do we have? Well, thank you all. Your support is what keeps us going, and we do really appreciate it. How many first-time visitors here today? So I have my work cut out. I have to convince you to make this a permanent part. Members, is this a good place to be?
Yes. Yeah.
Yep.
So we have a couple other things. On Tuesday, next week, for all of our veterans, we have the Kilroy Coffee Clash. This is a get-together of veterans. They can sit around and mingle, shoot the breeze, tour the museum. We have a special presentation at 10:30 at our theater. It's a really nice way for veterans just to kind of relax, and it's a way we do it to honor your service to this country. Also, on October 16th, 2 weeks from today, the second Hangar Talk presentation. Hangar Talk's a new presentation we do here at the museum where we talk about a variety of different topics. We're going to be talking about the history of airmail. We're going to be talking about one of the very first daredevils in aviation history. And we're going to be talking about how the Wright brothers actually made an airplane that flew. But today we have a story to tell about two aircraft and the connection that they had with each other during the Second World War. As we all know, Second World War was from 1939 until 1945. We'll start with the B-17. The B-17 is an aircraft designed and built by the Boeing Aircraft Company of Seattle. This is a B-17G. There were very different versions of it. This is what we call the G version. It was the final version of the B-17. The B-17 is known as the Flying Fortress. It got that nickname when it was first built in 1935. Its original mission was to patrol the coastlines of the United States and in essence be a fortress to prevent anyone from attacking the United States. Therefore, it got the name the Flying Fortress, because in the old days of thinking of warfare, we built forts to protect the shores, and that's what this was designed to do. From 1935 until 1941, they had built under 500 of these. With the Japanese attack on Pearl Harbor in December of 1941, production ramped up. And over the next 4 years, they would build more than 12,000 more of these. They would build them in Seattle, they would build them in Burbank with Lockheed, and they would build them in Long Beach at Douglas Aircraft. In fact, this one was built by Douglas in 1944. The B-17 had a crew of 10 people. There would have been a pilot and a co-pilot. Their job, obviously, was to fly the aircraft to its target and back to its base. In the nose would have been a navigator whose job was to make sure they went the right way and got to that target and got back to the base. And next to him was the bombardier, probably the most important person on board the aircraft when you think of its mission, was to drop bombs on an enemy target. They needed someone who could do that. He worked with a very sophisticated tool at the time called the Norden bomb sight. The Norden bomb sight was a way to accurately put a bomb on its target, and it was his job to program that. It was an analog style computer to make sure that it did just that. They both had weapons. You can see some of the guns sticking out of the nose, including the chin turret, which was a later addition on this version.
You guys can sort of see that right there.
Those 4 individuals were all officers, and they constituted the flight crew. Then there were 6 more men on board who constituted the combat crew. They had various jobs on board, such as armorer, or to make sure the turrets worked, or to operate the radio equipment. The top turret you see right behind it has kind of a green tint to the glass. That would have been manned by the chief engineer, whose primary job was to make sure that all the engines were operating according to spec and that everything was going fine with the aircraft in terms of its functionality. But when it came time to defend the aircraft, he would climb into that automatic turret, and it could rotate 360 degrees and attack anything that was attacking from above. On the sides of the aircraft, on the left, the port side, and the starboard, the right side, were 2 single 50 caliber machine guns operated by what were called the waist gunners. And their job was to attack anything coming at them from the sides. In the rear was a man who sat basically on his knees the entire time, and he operated 2 twin 50 caliber machine guns, and he was known as the tail gunner. And the tail gunner's job was to attack anything that came from the rear. And then you'll see a little round ball underneath the aircraft. And that was where the ball turret gunner sat. We had 2 twin 50s. He laid in a cramped little configuration, almost if you think of a fetal position. And he had these 2 machine guns on either side of his ears. And he could rotate that ball 360 degrees and even point it downward, and he would attack anything coming up from below. And so that was their primary mission. So strategic bombing was the strategy of the United States and Great Britain in World War II, and the Americans took the role of what we call daylight precision bombing. They would take off from England, fly across the channel, and attack German installations in France and on into Germany. Strategic bombing doctrine says that what you're trying to do is knock your enemy out of the war by eliminating his ability to make war. So you would attack his factories, his transportation lines, his communication lines, and obviously his military installations. And that was the mission of the 8th Air Force and the 4 bomb groups that comprised the 8th Air Force. And each bomb group would have about 70 of these B-17s on it. Some of the bomb groups were B-24s, but most of them were B-17s. They would fly at an altitude of 28 to 32,000 feet, where it's 40 degrees below zero. Since the air is ultra thin up there, they had to wear oxygen once they got past 10,000 feet. So now imagine, the average age of these guys is 19 years old. They're bundled up in 40 pounds of clothing. Some of them have electric blanket type connections that they can plug into to keep themselves warm, but if they were to take their glove off and touch the side of the aircraft, their hand could actually freeze to the inside of the aircraft. They're flying these missions for 6 to 8 hours, and they're under a constant attack. This shell in front of me, I'm going to try to make this. This is a German 88 shell. It would be fired from the ground at a set altitude and explode, and all the fragments would twist and turn and over the speed of sound and go ripping through the side of that aircraft. The skin of the aircraft isn't much thicker than a soda can. So you can imagine there's very little armor plating on board. So you can imagine the dangers.
That's called
from
flak.
Also attacking them are enemy fighters, coming in speeds in excess of 300 miles an hour and firing cannon and machine guns at them. So that 8 hours was anything but a peaceful ride. B-17 is one of the reasons I believe that we should always thank our veterans for their service. the sacrifices, the duty, the courage of the men of the B-17s in Europe exemplified exactly why a veteran sacrificed themselves so we can enjoy the freedoms that we do. So the next time you see a veteran, I encourage you to thank them for their service and think of the people in the B-17s. Now, the Flying Fortress, it was thought to defend itself and wouldn't need any help, but that turned out not to be true. And as it was, we lost B-17s. There were 12,731 built. We lost over 7,500 of these aircraft due to either training accidents, accidents that happened while they were forming formations to fly over on a mission, or in combat. With each accident, potentially went 10 men. A lot of them were able to parachute out and became prisoners of war for the duration of the war. But they also needed an escort. So we started using British Spitfires, American-made Lockheed P-38s, and American-made Republic P-47s. But the problem with those aircraft is they didn't have the range. And the aircraft behind me enters the story. It was developed in 1940 and went through several iterations. In fact, the museum has the only example of a P-51A, one of the early Mustangs that still flies. But this is a P-51D. It was streamlined. It features a bubble canopy so the pilot has great visibility. It has 60 50 caliber machine guns on board. Yeah. So it would carry close to 2,000 of these. This is a 50 caliber bullet. B-17 carried over 6,300 of them. They can throw a lot of lead in the air at an enemy target. The B-17 had a range of over 2,000 miles, as did the B-17. So this is the first aircraft that could take off from England, meet up with the B-17s, fly all the way to Germany, attack the target, and fly back. And in 1944, General Jimmy Doolittle, who was in charge of the 8th Air Force, changed the mission of the P-51 from that of strictly an escort to an attack aircraft. He would actually send them ahead of the bombers, sweep the skies of enemy fighters, take the Luftwaffe, which is the German Air Force, out of the equation. And by 1945, the Luftwaffe was no more, and the B-17s were able to fly unopposed into Germany and back. So today you're going to get to see two aircraft fly. You'll get to see the Mustang in a moment start up, taxi away, followed by the 4 engines of the B-17. The Mustang has a Merlin engine in it. It allows it to fly super high, up to 36,000 feet. It has a dual-stage supercharger that allows it to do that. And it also had the speed to go in excess of 400 miles an hour. The B-17 has 4 1,800 horsepower engines. Its top speed was 282 miles an hour. Normally we cruise at about 180 miles an hour. And so you have 2 aircraft that really helped turn the tide in World War II in Europe, right here in front of you today. Now both of these types of aircraft also flew in the Pacific Theater, the Mediterranean, the Aleutians, the China-Burma-India Theater. So these are aircraft that flew all throughout World War II. And in fact, that P-17 actually did its service in the Pacific Theater during World War II. The Mustang behind me missed the war. It served in the National Guard until we acquired it in 1957. So, without any further ado, I'd like to present to you the October 2021 flying demonstration of the P-51 Mustang and the Boeing B-17 Flying Fortress.
Okay, so we're going to see these 2 aircraft fly right now, the B-17 Golf Flying Fortress and the P-51 Delta Mustang. This is an escort during World War II, as he said many, many times. It's a very beautiful, beautiful aircraft, and so is the B-17. See how big it is and things like that, you know? It's very awesome. Now, they will fly, they will get clearance from the tower to take off. I will be recording with my iPhone from them to see the flight. So the T-33 flight, it was loud. Dude, like the power, it like, my ears were ringing.
So after we watch the startup and taxi for both aircraft, we're going to do a raffle for our members. In the raffle today, we have a couple t-shirts to give away, but we're also giving away a flight The blue aircraft that you see over there, that is the North American AT-6, or in its Navy configuration, as that is, it's known as an SNJ, a Scout Trainer from North America. So another benefit of membership is you get to participate in the raffle drawing. And then I'll be able to answer any questions while we wait for them to taxi out and take flight. And then at the end of the Mustang flight, our pilot Garen Swagger's going to be here to answer any questions you have of him.
There's a penny. There's a penny. There's like a little gold thing located in the T6.
What's that?
There's a penny, like it's near the engine.
Oh, yeah.
I'll ask that. So right now we're about to see the P-51 Delta, nicknamed the Spam Can, take off with its engine. It's a pretty cool aircraft, the Rolls-Royce Merlin. It's a Merlin. Yeah, it's Merlin. Yeah, it's Merlin. Sorry, I don't want to get my facts mixed up. Yeah. Yeah, that's what editing is for. You're correct. You're correct. That's what editing is for. Yeah. I actually flew in a biplane. It was not a Stearman. It was a mix of Stearman.
You did?
Yeah, like a Pitts. You know, Pitts Special aerobatic aircraft.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it was a mix between
Like the ones they have in the air shows.
yeah, the PT-17. I sat in the front of the aircraft and I flew over San Diego. It's an awesome sight. Yeah, not you. Oh, you threw up? Yeah, I'm sorry. I wonder if you could download Instagram on that.
What?
Could you download Instagram or something on there?
Maybe.
Yeah, yeah, maybe.
Well, leave a comment on one of my videos. I'll comment on some of your videos and we can get in touch.
Alright, well, I can't because I don't know why it says my comments are turned off.
Oh, probably because your channel is set to 4 kids.
Oh, yeah.
Set your videos to not 4 kids. You don't want them set to 4 kids.
Excuse us for a second. Thanks.
That's one of my favorites right there. Hey, I'll ask him later. Hey, I'll ask him. Going to the Huntington Beach Air Show tomorrow.
Nice.
Are you?
No, we've got stuff to do at home, I think.
Ah, that sucks, man. I'm sorry.
Yep.
Oh yeah, you get the boat ready. Yeah. Ooh.
This particular fight's going to be a short one.
Remember the Air Force? That's awesome.
Because it's just going to be this one.
I should set up a donation page. Okay, it's like we are getting on his seatbelt right now to power up the engine on that aircraft. That's called flak.
Here we go, guys. In 1 second, they should be ready to go. They're just getting set up right now.
Yeah. Also, Planes of Fame is a YouTube channel, so make sure to subscribe to them.
I didn't even know they did.
Yeah. They have pretty cool content.
Sounds neat.
Oh, there they go. There's the, I think that's going to start up.
Come on, my camera's overheating. Why?
Mine's not overheating. Oh.
How's the audio on that?
It's pretty good.
Yeah?
Yeah. Okay. Ready in 3, 2, 1. Not quite.
Let me get that.
Oh, he's getting on his helmet.
So I had a question while we're waiting. Both of these obviously are restorations. There were over 14,800 Mustangs built during the Second World War. Today there's about 70 left, and about 50 of those that fly. The 12,731 B-17s, there's about 30 airframes left. 10 are capable of flight, but right now only 5 are left flying. So this is one of the 5 that fly.
Wow.
So after the war, as we talked about, they didn't need these aircraft, and so they destroyed most of them. And so these are really rare that you get to see.
Yep. Another. Had this. All right, ready? 3, 2. Should start up.
Yeah, in fact, they don't usually have a combo piece, so this is special.
Oh, is it having trouble?
Have the one.
I think so. Yeah.
Have the piece of it.
Oh, there it goes. 3,
There you go.
2, 1. So there goes spam can. It's going to take out the runway. So